In this Dewstack review, I'll show you everything that you need to know about Dewstack. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and as always, there'll be a discounted link so you get your money's worth for Dewstack. So first of all, what is Dewstack? Well, Dewstack is a website that helps you build and host your own documentation on your own domain without needing much technical knowledge. So this could be perfect for me. So what we're going to focus on today is how to set up a FAQ. So just type in FAQs for opulent tools. You want to click FAQs, and then on your landing page, this is going to show you an example of the type of things that you can create. So the first thing here is it's got the actual FAQ itself. What's brilliant is about this is you can actually like alter it if you want. So like as you go down, it's got all of them written here. You can import images as well. So like this is something that someone has added in, this little eye. You can type this all out. It gives you different fonts to play with. And what's brilliant is on the left, you've got these individual folders where everything's sorted. So you've got installation, support, and these are just the two different ways of helping with the FAQs. You've got other questions about how to change and reset your password. And of course, this can change based off what you want to specifically do. You've got subscriptions and refunds. And again, I'm just talking generally about what this FAQ example provides, but I just want to show you what exists in terms of creating the folders and the sub-pages, the pages within those documents. If you want to see what this looks like in its final thing, this is an example of what it would look like when it's complete. And as a result, all of this looks a lot neater. Now you might be wondering, is there any way that I can change the color of this or the highlights? Well, you can. If you go back into the app, you can go to customize. And on the right here, you may see this looks similar to the preview we had. Now, what you want to do is scroll down, get to the page features section, and this is where you can start messing around with the logo. So the first thing I'm going to do, there you go. And what I've done there is I've changed the color scheme so that it's similar to the sidebar background color. Now something that's a bit annoying I'm noticing is when I'm hitting the eyedropper tool is it's not actually letting me work, and I am having a couple issues with the website being a little bit finicky at times. I've just been picking up on that. Now I did jump a few features. I just really wanted to show you that you could like change the colors about, but there is different themes that you can have. You can have basic or you can have the premium. This will obviously vary up the page itself. Fonts and landing pages. Now these are locked, but of course you can understand what they'd basically be. This, you got your landing page, your opening page, and then the fonts to help, change the fonts of the text. This stuff here, this all affects the stuff on the top here. So if I change product to title, there you go, it changes it to title, change it back to product, makes more sense. It also gives you the option of an extra one, so extra, and then you'd add a link here to take you to different places that you'd want to go after you'd been on the FAQ. You've got your sign up and your login, and this would just take you to your sign up and your login page. Again, this is where the links would go, and this is the links color, the head background color. Again, you can change just as you would. Let's just change it to that lovely red color just to show you the possibilities. And this just goes on and on. You've got different footer background colors. You've got foot text color. Let's keep that as white. And then your other links to your other social media pages. Now, once you're happy with all that, go back to your workspace and make sure that you save it. Now, once you go back to your workplace, we're going to hit preview. And you'll notice that there's been a slight color change here. It looks a little bit brighter than it did before, and the text looks a little bit different. Now, I've only done a very minor change there, but of course, you can change that to however you'd like it and however you'd want it. If you want to add a new collection though, you simply just hit add new collection. It creates a new title. Let's just call this FAQs for editing software. Put that there, and then short description, the FAQ for the editing software. Now what you want to do is once you've got this here, you want to hit a plus. Now you've got an untitled. Let's call this link to video. Now we can hit make a new page, and then we get this here. Let's type in editing installation. And then here is where you can start typing step 1, download the program from here. Now something I would really recommend, because it's something that I've been struggling, is do regularly save your work. I've noticed that the website is a little bit finicky and has some errors pop up sometimes, which really does make the editing sometimes quite irritating. If you're hopping between them, the software can get a little bit laggy. It can really slow down your creative thought process and your typing and your whole workflow. Now while we're here, I want to show you just the different things along here. Obviously these are your standard text changes, so you can make it bold, italics, underline it, and then you've got your actual different font options. There you go, very standard. Align left, align center, basically all the stuff that you have in Word. But this is where we get a bit better. We can add links in. We can add an image. Now, once you've got the image, I'm not actually completely sure how you're supposed to move it. So the way you can move it is you have to hit this align button. Now, this is good, obviously, for having it in certain places. The only problem is, of course, you can't have it maybe precisely where you want it to. It kind of has to be in one specific place, which is okay. That's still fine. It still works. But ideally, you know, I mean, me personally, I'd prefer that freedom of movement, being able to put it wherever I like to get it precisely how I want it. You can add videos by selecting the insert video button and pasting a video URL here. And then these is just some more extra options. You've got your emoticons. That's how they got the eye earlier that you saw. You've got your emoticons here, which is how they got things like the rocket ship, and if you go into installation, how the eye appeared. Special characters, embedded URL, and insert horizontal line. So if you want to create a gap, if you wanted to make a gap in between 1 and 2, you could hit insert on the horizontal line, and then just to kind of break up the page a little bit, that makes it a bit easier. Of course, you've got your undo and your redo. You can full screen it if you just want to focus on the text. And then there are more miscellaneous, like your print, download PDF, select all, code view, and your help option. If you want to create a new page, on the right here you've got your different options, so you can hit new page and it creates a new page there instead of pressing the plus there. If you'd like to duplicate a page, first things first, make sure you hit save and then go to duplicate page, then develop the exact same page there as it did at the top. Now if we go over to hosting, this is where you can have your specific link that you want to send to people. So I'm going to just make mine opulent tools for now. On the left here, you've also got analytics and integrations, but unfortunately I can't show you that today as they are locked. But that, in short, is Dewstack. Just a simple website that allows you to put together landing pages for various different parts of your businesses. So what did I think of Dewstack? Well, I thought it was a pretty impressive bit of kit first. It seems like if you used Google Docs to make your own websites, your own domains, and that is obviously very useful for people like me. The folder setups and the pages within were very neatly done, and the actual display of the website is very nice. However, I found myself looking at a lot of errors during my time using the site, and as well as that, it often felt a little bit glitchy and sometimes slow. As I was actually trying to log in and set up the account for said video, the website kept going to just a white screen and not taking me to the sign up page for about 10 to 20 minutes. Again, these could have just been issues that happened specifically tonight, but I feel like it's fair for me to point these out as I am meant to be reviewing the software as a first-time consumer. The text was all standard and did exactly what it needed to do. The images were a little bit more funky, and I'm not quite sure if I enjoyed using them. Typically, I want to keep these conclusions quite short, but I feel like I really need to explain everything that I felt during this website, because some of it I feel like could be improved on a fair bit just to get that user experience just a little bit nicer.